We have looked at several good examples, but how many gods can really be explained through euhemerism? And how relevant is it in the first place? Well, as so often, the answer probably lies somewhere in the middle. Some gods can probably be traced back to real historical individuals, others probably cannot. Even there, however, the boundary is likely blurred. Stories about a single deity were probably often inspired by multiple real people without being directly connected to any of them. And even if one person gradually becomes a god, that process probably already presupposes a belief in supernatural things such as spirits. In general, the origin story of a deity is probably far more complex than we might think. The question of how different gods acquired their specific domains is difficult enough on its own. In the case of a war god, as previously mentioned, the explanation seems obvious, but how does someone become, for example, a moon god? Ultimately, it is very likely that deification of the sort described by euhemerism occurred many times throughout history. How often and in relation to which gods is something we will probably never be able to determine. And that raises another question: how much would it really matter? For one thing, many people no longer believe in the deities that might be explained by euhemerism, or where such an explanation is even plausible. And secondly, an origin in the deification of a historical person would have very little to do with what the deity eventually became. Even if Zeus was ultimately based on a real human being, that person probably never lived on Mount Olympus or actively worked toward the founding of Rome. In much the same way, one could say that although all land-dwelling animals descend from creatures that once lived in the water, modern house cats do not have very much in common with fish anymore.